Hey, what's up, everyone? Gaming Hearts 1 here, and today I'm going to talk briefly about Kingdom Hearts 3, a game that came out about 3 years ago, and whether or not, I guess, it's good or bad. And the reason I say that is because, for the most part, Kingdom Hearts 3 got a positive reception, and people have nothing good to say about it, and it was also a huge commercial success. But at the same time, there are people who believe that the game should have been better, and that the game definitely had its its negatives, such as like the pacing for the storytelling, but just about everything else about that game was pretty solid. Now, as far as Kingdom Hearts 3 is concerned, the opening was absolutely beautiful, from the way it was presented, from the soundtrack that was used. And you look at like the older Kingdom Hearts games, they use different genre of music, like dance or whatever. Kingdom Hearts 3, the soundtrack for Kingdom Hearts 3 basically was more trap-like, mainly because it fits into I guess modern day music as it relates to that particular genre. So I thought that was something that was it was pretty cool, and pretty much summed up like all the events of the older Kingdom Hearts game in like 4 minutes. So that was awesome. The fact that the game had like 11 different worlds, including the Dark World, the Twilight Town, Toy Box, and the Realm of Gods, and Mount Olympus, that was all cool. The open world designs were another. They were another features that were really. That really stood out, and just by looking at it, people would want to buy the game just for that, just by looking at the presentation and just how everything was designed. And honestly, like, I could see why the game took almost like 14 years to make, following Kingdom Hearts 2, because like the design, the art design, and the dialogue and all that stuff kind of blew me out of the water when I had first saw it. And I believe, like, in some of my older videos, I was kind of hyping up the game before it came out and all that stuff. And honestly, I think this is the best selling installment within the entire Kingdom Hearts series, and that's saying something, because a lot of people go on record and tell you that the best game in the entire series prior to Kingdom Hearts 3 was either Kingdom Hearts 2 or Chain of Memories or Birth by Sleep, depending on who you are. But Kingdom Hearts was really hot back in the 2000s, and I think the plot for this game was. I feel like it could have been deeper, because you got the main villain, who's also the leader of Organization 13, who basically wants to restore equilibrium between light and darkness in terms of like spiritual balance. So he decides to start a war, and I think that could have been a lot deeper. And like I said, it goes back to the point I made earlier, that the pacing for the storyline could have been much better than what it actually was. And I do feel that like the game itself is going to stand the test of time for the next couple of years, or probably even a decade from now. And maybe if like Square Enix decides to do a remake, they could probably do they could probably like change things where like the story is told a lot better and people won't complain about it as much, because I think that was like the main complaint about this particular game in general. The game had a decent length, especially like the story mode. Like you played the game, and let's just say you played it on a normal setting, like you played it on standard mode. The main story or the main campaign would take anywhere from 28 to 30 hours to complete. If you played this game on any other mode, because there were modes like Critical and I believe Proud mode. They were slightly harder, but Critical was brutal, especially if you were a beginner or it was your first time ever playing that game. But if you want a challenge, I guess that's something for those who are, I guess, hardcore fans of the Kingdom Hearts series. But yeah, like, you can change the difficulty in Kingdom Hearts 3, and I guess, like, for those who are beginners, you're best advised to use standard mode. But I do feel that Kingdom Hearts 3 is definitely a game that, like, it could have been better, but at the same time, it was far from being horrible. It's actually a pretty good game. Got nothing but good reviews from multiple gaming publications. And I do feel that despite how good Kingdom Hearts 3 was, I don't think it was worth like 14 years worth of waiting. But at the same time, I mean, the game wouldn't have looked as polished as it did if it came out during like the PS3, Xbox 360 era of gaming either.